Okay, man, it's been a little while, but here we are. I'm your with the Za, also known as Za, and man, we got a lot to catch up on. So many great things have taken place, which led up to why we all are here today. Man, Hebrew Care is 10 years old. It's kind of hard to believe. But man, I mean, I got the the footage and the pictures and so many great memories looking back over the years, and I can see we have all aged. And I would definitely say between myself and Hebrew Care, yeah, we might be neck and neck right now. I will let y'all know when Hebrew Care is looking better, but as I age, I'm looking pretty good. So man, but I know that it's been a while since we went live here on YouTube, and I know that we have a lot of catching up to do. And as I said, there are a lot of great things that have taken place. But as life goes, as you know, there are some things that weren't so great that we were able to overcome through the mercy of our Father. And, he's been so merciful to us, so gracious. And, I'm just really grateful that we are able to see things on this side of things in this season. And but I don't want to just ramble on and on. I want to let you guys know the news right away. If you did not already hear the news, one of our founders, Mama Wanda, the one who is behind the scenes making so many of your great products, she has done a complete 180 and recovery from her breast cancer. We have celebrated that in the past, but as you know, or as you should know, when it comes down to things like breast cancer, it sort of just goes into remission. And there's never really a thing that there's not a possibility that it couldn't come back. But once it goes into a remission, that is at that point where you can determine that you have beat it. And, and when the cancer cells are no longer reproducing or growing, that's when you can also come to that determination as well. And so over time, after further treatment, my mom, Mama Wanda, has actually had a beautiful recovery. And obviously we just feel so blessed about that. So that's definitely something that we want to celebrate. And big shout out to her. I know she's out there watching somewhere, but big shout out to you, Mom, for just being so resilient and being an example of, what it takes to be a virtuous woman. And, the resilience that you have and that you've displayed over the years, I know that it's just a byproduct of just your character overall, just the person that I know you as, being a person that, a great character, always smiling, always happy, having a positive spirit, always giving and encouraging to others. Obviously, no one is perfect. And we all have our downfalls, but I always have seen you face challenges and overcome those challenges with strength. And I think that resilience being that byproduct of the character that's within, and that character getting back to Hebrew Care is definitely something that is exemplified through the business. A lot of people have supported Hebrew Care, and they look at Hebrew Care and they see that it's a brand, and that is very polished and commercial, but there's real people behind the scenes. And I think that level of quality that we have been able to reach over the years, that's coming from right from the soil. That's right from the foundation. Which is starting with my mom and also my dad, who's been tremendously dedicated to the work. But we have a story, and I want to make sure to be able to share some of that story. But before I get into the story of Hebrew Care, I want to first thank everyone here for tapping in and joining us. As I said, it's been a long enough time since we went live here on YouTube, and just want to thank all of you that have supported us over the years, and that are tapping in and watching right now today. You are a big reason why we are all here and able to do what we do. Without your support, as you know, none of it could be possible. That's a thing that people say over and over again, but being on this side of things is absolutely true. None of this could be possible without all of your support. And so, we are very grateful to all of you for, being a part of this journey with us, because it hasn't just been 10 years for Hebrew Care. It's been 10 years. And I'm going to turn this music down. I realize that music probably is still a little bit too loud. So let me just go ahead and turn that down some. But this hasn't been just 10 years for Hebrew Care. It's been 10 years with all of you. You guys have shown that clean and lawful products matter. You guys have shown that, being obedient to the scriptures when it comes down to the things that we put on our skin, that we ingest in our body, that still matters in a world that, they could care less about. Everything, seemingly has pork in it. We kind of laugh about these things, my family and I, because it seems like every single year we find out another product had some sort of pork or some type of unclean product in it. And so, the fact that all of you, made it your business to support our business, it says a lot about how times have changed. And, for those of you who don't know and are maybe just tapping in and trying to figure out, what is this Hebrew Care and what is this guy talking about? Hebrew Care is what would be considered a kosher brand. Kosher meaning it goes according to scriptures, avoiding pork, shellfish, anything that would be considered unclean in the Bible. Those are the things that are avoided being put into our products. A lot of our products are plant-based. That was something else that my mom really wanted to ensure that we do. And, we are really grateful that, that's been a possibility, because obviously when it comes down to making some products, you do need some animal products. And for you vegans, vegetarians, I know some of you may say, well, if it has honey in it, that is not considered vegetarian or vegan or plant-based. But, that's a debate for another time, isn't it? And so we just want to be able to give people the highest quality products possible. And I think we have definitely went above and beyond in that aspect. I mean, I could tell you, because I see the ingredients being purchased. I see the attention to detail with these products. And I'm going to tell you, what the price tag that's put on a lot of these products, oh man, I would say if you knew what was going into it, you would say, oh man, yeah, let me give you a little tip, but it is really a something that, we are passionate about. For those of you who don't really know who I am, I'm Za. I'm also known as Yawita Za. Pretty much what I do is I focus on the marketing aspect, the branding, and various graphics and videos and all that kind of fun stuff. So I kind of get to have fun a little bit, but I also do some of the strategies behind the scenes. And that is something that I'm really good at, and something I'm really passionate about. I want to take some time too to give some other shout outs for Hebrew Care before we really get into the story part aspect of this particular episode. And this will be a series. We're going to be doing a series of videos, okay? Because we really want to celebrate with y'all for real. So this right now is just a quick conversation. This is quick. But we really going to celebrate this 10 years because this is something to celebrate. And as Israelites, we don't get a whole lot of opportunities to celebrate, but we going to celebrate this, okay? And we want to celebrate it with all of you. But I want to give a couple shout outs, and this will get into some of the history of Hebrew Care and understanding the magnitude of what has been accomplished. But I want to give a shout out, first of all, to my dad, known as Darren Israel King. I don't know if he is even listening right now, but big shout out to you, sir. you have always surprised me with your interest, and seeing a man, a big black man over 6'1", what I'm saying, beard, wake up one day and say, you know what? I think I want to get some bees. I just was like, wow, okay. But it took me back. Because I remember when I was a kid, you always had certain hobbies where you would take care of various animals. If it was saltwater fish, for those of you who are fans of fish out there, man, my dad had a fantastic saltwater fish tank. We had some eel in there. It was like a snow black and white zebra colored eel, beautiful eel. We even had a green moray eel in there. We had the clownfish and dory. It was like that cartoon back in the day, Finding Nemo. Right in our living room before that movie even came out. Like, no, I didn't even know a lot of people that had saltwater fish in their home, first of all. So, this man has definitely been before his time, as it pertains to, this particular hobby. But also too, I remember, he kept a ant farm, and I think he has one now. I think he just kind of rekindled that passion of doing the ant farm. So if you don't know, bees and ants are somewhat relationship, being in the same family of species. They're not the same species, obviously, but they're the same family. And, they behave in a very similar way where they have a colony and they have a hive mind. And so, him sort of experimenting with that early on, I think that's what sort of led him to saying, you know what, let me try this out with the bees as well. And so I was just so happy that that was something that he wanted to do, because we were already leaning towards a more holistic approach and really wanted to discover and live off the lands. And, my dad just really just jumped all the way out there and took a big risk in learning something so new for us, coming from a city of Philadelphia. That's not something that a lot of city people are even interested in. So, that took a lot of bravery, took a lot of I don't know what that's called, and I wish I could articulate it better. But I know what it is to step out on something that's unfamiliar, stepping out on unfamiliar territory and giving it all you got. I know what that is because I've done that before. I just don't know what to call it. But he has it. He has it, and he did that, and that really became the brand for Hebrew Care. People associate Hebrew Care with the honeybees. And as they should, because they just are beautiful creatures. We've learned so much from them. And, just it's just been fantastic to note that, my family is a family of beekeepers, and that's been led by my dad. So big shout out to you, Dad. We'll get into, some other things with my dad, but, shout out to you too. He just, recently retired, and, he's enjoying life right now. That's, which is a good thing. And, so a lot of good things have happened. But I also want to give another shout out. Give a shout out to my sister, Tajiana King. And I don't know if she watches these type of broadcasts or not, but I have to give her a shout out because, my sister Taj is quite studious. She likes to study, and she likes to understand how things work. And I think that may be something that she gets from Dad in a little bit. She will really do a deep dive on things, and as it pertains to health and wellness, she has a specific interest in that. And outside of just being all around a great person, I've seen her gravitate to, baking and, mixing things and coming up with all sorts of concoctions. Some of the first products that were produced, my little sister was involved in that, and she was just a young teenager working with my mom doing that. And, she doesn't get enough credit because, over the years, obviously with her growing up, she, wanted to make her own path and, find her own way, go to college and, get a career and do various things. And so she hasn't really been seen a lot behind the scenes when we're doing various content and videos, but she was very instrumental in helping guide Hebrew Care to be the quality that it is today. And so big shout out to Taj, and hopefully, she's coming back to Hebrew Care, after going out in the world and seeing, what the career path is looking like. It might make sense to just go ahead and stick with the family business, but be that as it may, I want to go ahead and give additional shout out to the rest of my family. I have a very large family. I got a whole host of sisters, a niece and nephews, and, they've all contributed. And we will get into this, and I feel like I'm just rambling, and I apologize, but I feel like I have to get this out before we start, digging into some of the content, because I do got a lot of back on memory lane type pictures and videos to look over. But I gotta say, the rest of my family, shout out to my sister Deja. She's always, when it came down to it, when them orders are coming in and things are getting busy, my mom like, listen, I need some help. Eventually my sister Deja, she's going to be one of the first ones to step up, and that's making sure things get packaged the right way, labeled the right way, making sure things are printed, making sure things are in order. So shout out to her. But my niece and nephews, I really got to give a big shout out to them because they love helping grandma with the business, and I've recently, not recently, I mean, it's recent enough, but after leaving Pennsylvania and moving to South Carolina, my fondest memories are being in our kitchen area, which pretty much was turned into a warehouse, and we are all on the assembly line, sort of, doing the work. My mom is making products, and she's sort of helping products to get wrapped up, making sure orders are being done right. But my niece and nephews, they would actually put the shrink wrap plastic that goes on to some of the soaps and the other products, they would be helping to do that. I mean, and it's really beautiful to see when children are able to get involved in something that is bigger than us as adults. We know that Hebrew Care is bigger than us, and we pray that it will stand the test of time even after we're gone, to be a resource to people, and we pray and hope that our little ones will step up to the plate. And yeah, I just even seen in the chat, I was going to get there, but even my daughter, who is now 12 years old, from the very beginning, obviously since Hebrew Care has been around since she's been about 2 years old. Well, actually before that, we were making products and sort of distributing products even before she was born. But Hebrew Care coming into full fruition, 2017. My daughter was around the whole time, and she loves helping grandma. She loves testing the products and letting grandma know, hey, maybe it can be like this or like that. And till this day, my daughter's 12 years old. Till this day, I have to fight to keep her out of the bathroom mixing up stuff. Every day, I'm like, if I buy new hair products, I buy, skin care products, whatever it is, she is making little concoctions. So she's going to definitely be doing some stuff in the future as it pertains to hair and body care. I don't know what it is yet, but she got it. Whatever it is that my mom got in that regard of mixing stuff, she got that too. Okay. And so shout out to the little kids and the family. We love y'all so much, and we hope that one day you guys will appreciate all of the labor and work that went into creating something that we never looked at it as something that's going to be impossible to do. We always had like a really hopeful, almost naive approach to everything that we did. And I think that naive approach, which, as y'all get older and you may come back and watch this video, you probably are thinking like, what were they thinking? And honestly, we were being led by the Most High, and we really trusted him. We really trusted him to guide our path in whatever it is that we were doing. And we really believed in it, and still believe in it. And so, we pray that, if it be Yah's will, that you guys will take up that baton and continue on in the efforts, because this is not just a business for us. It is a ministry as well. And that ministry under the concept and idea of clean and lawful, it's there to make you think and understand the world that's around you, and be more cognizant of, what you're putting on your body, in your body, and your temple. Your body is your temple. And so that's the reason why Hebrew Care, I think, still stands today, because it's something that we really believe in. And so I don't know exactly how much time I have chewed up here right now, but I do want to take some time to go down some memory lane stuff. So if y'all out there watching, just put a 1 in the chat. I want to shout out the people now in the chat, see who's here. I know I sort of been talking, and I really want to shout out some of y'all here in the chat. I do see Hebrew Care, so I know that's Mom on there. Shalom, Mama. I see my wife on here, Deja. Big shout out to my wife, who makes such beautiful content. Anytime I'm like, hey, babe, I need some content for Hebrew Care, my wife is like on top of it. She's always been a big supporter of the business, even before we've been married. And that's probably why she married me too. Just, brother always looking good, smelling good. So, You know, she always tells me, you know, you always smell good. So, you know, thanks to Hebrew Care. Hebrew Care. You know what I mean? Yeah, that frankincense and myrrh. Yeah. That's what God. Hey, brothers, you know what I mean? Get yourself some frankincense and myrrh. See who else we got in here. I see Tamia Buckley. Tamia Buckley. Shalom to you. Shalom to you. Thank you. And bless you and your family as well. Any more ones? Any more ones in the chat? I see it's supposed to be probably about 5 people at the moment, but we gonna get to that. Listen, we gotta climb our way up because we haven't been live for a long time. Okay, so I'm gonna take, you know, not too much time, but I'm gonna take some time to go, you know, down memory lane and share with you all this journey, because it has been quite the journey. I cannot lie. I mean, I just can't believe it's 10 years. That's the part that's really getting me. 10 years, man. Okay. So, you know, now that I'm through that little midlife crisis moment, okay, we're going to get to some of this content. And listen, I know my family is going to be watching this, so y'all going to be feeling old too. All right. It ain't going to be just me. Okay. Because when I tell you we have all changed, over time, and I'm really amazed at how much we still look good. You know what I'm saying? After 10 years, we still looking good out here. So y'all just got to give me a moment to get my stuff here in check. Let me see. Where do I want to go with this? Where do I want to go with this? Yeah, let's see. I think this one, this here album, I think is a good start. Move myself over. All right, and y'all just let me know if y'all can properly see the screen. I don't want to my mom is saying, please record this video. Everyone is still at work. Okay. Yep, it's being recorded. It's live, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing back up. So over the years, obviously, you know, there's been a lot of experimentation, but a lot of it started right here in the yard, right? And so I want to just say, like, you're probably looking at the grass really high, right? Because nobody wanted to go over there. Okay, the grass, the people that cut the grass, they stayed from over there with them bees. We had to find special special grass cutters, you know, gardeners that would be brave enough to go over there with anywhere from 14 to 16 hives. Okay.
What are you trying to find right now?
Oh, there she is. There she is, right here. Right here. See her? See how long? See her running up on the right there. Let me go ahead and put that in there.
So that's the queen to that hive.
Alright, just wanted to make sure it had a queen. It does.
Yeah, I just wanted to show some of that right there. I didn't want you guys to miss any of those details. And yes, the dandelions, whatever is growing during that time, and you know, I believe that this should have been maybe late or mid spring, because the dandelions are, you know what? I'm not going to talk like I know what I'm talking about. I'm seeing the white flowers in the background, and I'll just bring that back to the screen. You know, the white flowers on the trees in the background. I know that those are the cherry blossoms. So I'm thinking that this is springtime for sure. But you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, we have other stuff here too. I want to share and see if we can get more details. Okay. So I'm gonna bring the volume down on here. Okay, so we had to ride home with these bees. We went, this man right here that y'all see, he's gathering up the bees, no gloves, no suit, just in a box. Okay, and he's putting them in the van. And this is like, I think, I'm trying to think, this wasn't our first set of bees, obviously. Okay. But this guy had the hookup. So let me just go ahead and unmute. Run that back.
No swinging, no matter. No swinging in the leaves. You don't lay our hands on the legs.
Some of them got their GPSs all jacked up in the face.
We probably in their flight path.
Yeah.
But they're very docile. They're friendly. It's the yellow jacks that kind of look a lot like the honeybee that make it look bad on the honeybee, and people are destroying them, and they destroy the honeybees. These is what we get our food, most of our food source from. They pollinate the plant, and the plant spreads out, grows, and without the bees, we are doomed. Leave the bees alone. Stop treating the one, pollinating all the bees out there anyway. Why killing our food source? So take the flower stem and we eat that as a salad.
Okay, so you got to see some behind the scenes, right, of us gathering up some bees to take home with us. And yes, we did ride home with the bees, but it really wasn't bad at all. No one got stung. I can actually count on my hand how many times I got stung. And, with the bees, it's like you're not even mad that they stung you, when you have a relationship with them. But when they got me, they really got me good. Okay. And I wasn't happy about that. I was like, man, like, what did I do? And, really it was because, I used to go out there and film them as much as possible. And so I would get really close to their hives with the camera, and that's when they decided to get me. Okay. And I have to actually find that picture, and I said I would never share this image, but it and maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. I actually will have to find it. When will y'all say that was when I got stung right on the nose? Was that like 2022, 2023? Man. But I think that was like my second time ever getting stung, and probably my last time. You never been stung, Mom? My mom is saying right now, I was bragging that I was the queen bee and never got stung. Then one day it got me. See, yep. You can't be getting too bold around the bees, because they're going to remind you. They're going to remind you, hey, we're wild creatures. We not to be played with. We cool with you sometime, long as y'all, leaving us alone. But yeah, they going to run up on you. All right, so what I'm doing right real quick is going through my images and just seeing if I could find that moment when I got stung by a bee. Okay, I think oh man, this is embarrassing. I can't believe I'm even about to show this. Okay. I really better get some real love from the chat before I show this. I better get some real love. Okay, because this is one of them things that you just never share, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and try to get into a little of this. And we're going to see, are we getting some love? Can we get some ones in the chat if y'all ready to see this or not? Let me bring it down a little bit. Let me just make sure. Get some ones in the chat. See if y'all serious or not. Because I got viewers coming in and out. You know what I'm saying? I actually do this. I actually do this streaming, okay? So I see 2 ones. And hey, listen, Tamika Buckley said, I would like to purchase a facial product to help my skin and my in a body scrub. I tried looking for through the shop. If we're gonna get to the shop. Okay, I do see the ones now. So let's go ahead and get to this. You know, this was a fond memory of mine. And we're gonna check this out right now. All right, though, this is me. I'm chilling, okay? Beard out, hair out.
They just come and poop right on you. It's disgusting. Shit.
All right, so this was the same. Okay, let me just switch. Now, okay, this was the day. Okay, this was the day that it happened. Okay, and now this is me after it happened. You know, just checking my nose, making sure, like, am I good? Because after I got stung, I'm like, you know, maybe it's not too bad. I thought that this was the full extent of the damage.
And commanded them that they should take nothing for their journey. So don't take no clothes, no food, just go.
Okay. So I thought that was the extent of the damage, okay? I thought that was it, y'all. No, it just kept going. It kept going, man. Yeah, so I figured I had some fun with it. But hey, listen, if you need a nose job, you know what I'm saying? A bee can help you. Okay. So I know y'all probably laughing right now. And you know what? This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Just have some fun. Even if it's at my own expense. Okay? Okay. There we go. Yeah, so it was worth it though. It was worth it. And look, it's still swelling. My nose was still swelling. I think it was like this for about, man, I don't even know. It must have been like that for about a week. It must have been like that for about a week, man. They had me messed up, you know. So I tried to, you know, cover it up, you know, put a hat on, you know, just change my identity a little bit. You know, I had to change my identity just a little bit. You know, maybe people don't really recognize me, and you know what I mean? Hey, you know what really got me though? My mom said, you know, you kind of look cute like that. I said, Mom, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing. So yeah. Yeah, the bees, man. Now this right here is actually right after getting stung. So I was right back out there. I didn't learn anything. I didn't learn a thing. And I believe at this point, like, I don't even think my dad was getting stung like that. If I'm being honest. Now you might be wondering what's happening here, and pretty much what he's doing is he's just he has I guess you could say like some dried leaves. I'm pretty sure there's like evergreens, you know, that he smokes in that smoker there, and it doesn't harm the bees whatsoever. Bees are directed by scent, and their mind is only focused on the queen bee, and they follow her scent. And what the smoke does, it doesn't burn them or anything. It just disorients them for a moment. They kind of lose where they're at for a moment, so that you could do what you need to do. And what you see my dad doing here, he's working with a new hive. Okay, that, as you can see, we have some boxes to the left there. Those are hives that have already matured. But this particular hive that you see on the ground here, and the one that my dad was working with, these are hives that either they were swarming and they gathered on a tree, or it was a feral group of bees that gathered on a various tree, and my dad was able to collect them and put them into these boxes, so that, you know, we can kind of find the queen. Okay, you want to make sure you find the queen. You want to make sure you know, that the bees get settled down, and once they get settled down, then you can transport them into a traditional hive. Okay, and yes, please do like and subscribe. We could definitely make more content, but I know a lot of people follow us on other social media platforms. But yeah, so I'm gonna pull up some more. I know we are showing a lot of the bees right now, and I just want to be able to show this because, like I said, people don't see this every day. And you know, for those of you who had a good laugh, you know, about seeing me getting stung, I think I needed some of that smoke that day. You know what I mean? Because the bees wanted all the smoke. I'm telling you, they wanted all the smoke that day. But I ain't had no beef for them. Promise you that. I didn't have nothing for them. So, you know, so that's a little bit with the bees, right? And, you know, so you could kind of get a good idea of, you know, what our world is like. You know, the honey is a product that is antibacterial, antiviral, antimicrobial. It lasts almost forever. Okay. They have found honey in tombs, you know, like mummy tombs, that's still edible. Okay. And I don't know who actually would want to eat it, but it is still edible. And honey has so many different medicinal properties, and that's the reason why it gets put into many of our products. Okay. And so I just, you know, wanted to be able to display, you know, when we make these products, it's with the thought in mind for it to have medicinal properties. You know, we're not just making soap that smell good. We're not just making a product that makes your skin feel good. It actually has medicinal properties in it, and it's coming directly from our farm. Okay, so this is a farm that, as you can see, my dad is in the backyard. He is raising those bees, right? He's raising those bees. He's caring for those bees, and those bees are producing honey. And this right here was some honey that was produced. This had to be early spring, okay, because of the color. And I mean that particular season of honey was delicious. And every single season, you're getting a different flavor profile. Some of them you're getting similar flavor profiles because, you know, similar flowers are growing every year, but the bees are always on the hunt for a delicious treat when it comes down to the various trees and plants that they gather nectar and pollen from. And that affects the flavor profile of the honey. And so this right here stack of soaps, those were some soaps that, you know, early on my mom was making soaps right away using the products. And you know, just so y'all can see, like, you know, what we doing here. You know, I would get out there and I would take pictures of the products that my mom was making. And this was just a random social media post, but you can see the black charcoal toothpaste. That is featured on Hebrew Care still to this day. It is a staple. I use it every single day. And I could say for the past 10 years, 90% of the products that I use here in Body Care Products have always been Hebrew Care products. And I mean, that's saying a lot. I want to acknowledge some of the comments that are coming in. Keep in mind, honey crystallize during late fall, especially in winter. That's how you know it's real honey. It's delicious when it's crystallized or not. Yeah, either way, the honey is really good. It tastes like candy. Yep. Alfalfa like candy if you do. Yes, thank you. You said I'm doing an amazing job. Appreciate that. Yeah, I just want to look. This was my morning every morning. This was my morning. Look, we always had something growing. So these are some peppers that were growing. The bees were out early in the morning. The sun is coming up. I used to just love getting up in the morning, just sitting outside, you know, didn't drink coffee, water. I just get out there as soon as I can just to breathe some of the fresh air. And the bees are just out there working early in the morning. I mean, they really teach you how we should be as a people, as a nation. They work together and they get up early to work together. I should have had some sound on there for y'all. So y'all can hear y'all can hear it. This right here is definitely a repost worthy. I think I'm probably going to repost this video tomorrow, you know, because it's just, I'm feeling relaxed just watching that video right there alone. I mean, it's really giving me some memories, some really fond memories there. Could you imagine this being your morning, you know? And I know most people are afraid of bees, you know, and I get it. You know, we were definitely nervous early on when we first introduced the bees into our lives, and you know, but it's just an amazing. They're amazing creatures, and so I know I'm showing a lot of the bees. Sorry, I'm just enjoying watching this too. It's taking me back. You can kind of see the bees are sort of helping each other here. Sometimes they might get their legs or wings stuck, and they will help each other out. They're just so cute, like little teddy bears with wings and stingers, right? This right here video, you know, it's just going to show you how intimate that we were able to get with the bees. And I think maybe this could be the same video. I think that just with some added graphics. That's how close I always was to the bees. And you know, it's the reason why I got stung, right? Essentially, that's getting too close.
I don't hear no more.
Okay, let's see. What is this one? Okay. So, you know, I think y'all kind of get the point with the bees. Now, while this looked like some stock image, this is a picture I actually took right there in the backyard from the things that were growing in the backyard. And I just threw some fennel in there. And I really wanted to give people ideas about, you know, what they can do with the honey. I have a question here. The question is from Dunk, the short-legged Mac Dad. That's a funny name. Is there any difference between the charcoal soap and the Atonement Cleansing Bar from Brandon T. Jackson, Daweed Yisrael collab? Actually, no. We just rebranded it and repurposed it for his brand. That was a really great question. Thank you for asking that. We, you know, we're honored to do that collaboration with him, and putting that particular brand out. And, you know, again, it's a lot of what we do is based around a ministry anyway. So, you know, at the time when I met Brandon, you know, he was hyper focused on a different side of the ministry, and we were able to bring that to the forefront in the work that we did in that collaboration. So great question. There's no difference between those two bars. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we have that in here somewhere. I have that picture in here somewhere so people can see what he's talking about. I'm actually supposed to be featuring that as well.
Capping it off.
As you can see, my dad is touching the bees. He's petting them. Okay.
My dad.
This is not your average petting zoo.
You ain't gonna find a queen along here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a queen. The queen is like 2 times bigger than an average bee. All these are worker bees and a couple drones in there are male bees.
There she is.
Where?
Right there. See how you can see the difference on
Oh,
the
okay.
There she is. See she running.
All right, y'all, there go the queen right there. She moving, pushing them all out the way.
See?
Right there. Yeah, there she go right here, right?
Yep.
That's the queen.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it.
All right. The queen is safe. You just put the queen in there, what, a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
No, about a week.
Yeah, about a week ago.
Oh, she's good. She right there.
Yeah, you can see the hive accepted her.
So beautiful, right? So beautiful. Yeah, definitely we want to thank you for that support. You know, there's so much that I want to be able to show and share. Obviously, we can't share all that in just, you know, one stream that we have here. I did want to take some time because I remember our sister Tamika asking about something for eczema, I believe. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but you know that those products are up on the site as well still. You know, so you could definitely take advantage of checking that out. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to visit the website. You can see that's my daughter when she was a lot younger there, holding a jar of kids bubblegum raw honey elderberry syrup. Something that is still on the website as well. And so for those of you who never been to the website, or, you know, you still probably are new to the website, I'm just going to show you how to navigate around here. But pretty much we are running a promotion right now that is going to give you 20% off. You just have to spend, $100 or more, and that will give you 20% off, which, pretty much is $20 or more off on your order. And all you have to do is when you click one of these buttons here, you just put your first name, your email, and your phone number, and a QR code, or excuse me, a discount code will be given to you to use at any point in time that you want to use it. As long as everything is still active here, we will definitely honor that the use of that discount code. And as far as some of the skin moisturizing creams, you just come here, skin moisturizer. It looks very similar on the phone. And here is, okay, it looks like it's currently sold out. So listen, Mama Wanda is in the chat right now. Okay, you got an email today. Okay, great. Okay. So do we have any more eczema cream? Because it looks like we are sold out. Are we going to update that? This is a popular one here. This one, as soon as this one is on the shelf, it goes pretty quickly. And when I tell you that it is packed, it's packed with great ingredients. Let me brighten this up a little bit. It has so many great ingredients in that. I mean, it's a little bit too much. Like, me, because I do get to work on the business side, I'm usually the one that's saying, like, I think we need to scale back a little bit. And my mom like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And this is one of those products. It's going for $16, as you can see. It's worth every penny and then some. And it actually does work. Obviously I'm going to say that it's our family business, but no, I've seen it. And there are reviews that says that as well. Let me see. Does this product reviewer allow us to search? That means I got to do some updates on this site so people can be able to get directly to the review that they're looking for. But yeah, I mean, there's hundreds of reviews on here. And this is not even counting all of our reviews. But yeah, so that's the moisturizing creams. Going back to the home page. Of course, we have some soaps and just things that will help you with, what you use on a daily basis, right? We wake up in the morning, toothpaste, some deodorant, maybe some soap. You want to take a quick shower. All that right here is going to get you fresh. And I will tell you, you do not want to sleep on this soap basket. You don't want to sleep on this soap basket. A lot of people that have tried the soap basket, like they come back every month or every 2 months for another soap basket because it's like that. Okay, like if I get a soap basket in the mail from my mom as a gift, like I'm happy. Like I'm really like in a happy place. Every last bar smells amazing. As you know, it's all of the soap. It has medicinal qualities, and it's a real treat, if you got this soap basket. And they look different, a little bit different over the years because my mom is constantly updating her recipes and molds and things like that. But she always puts a really good touch on it. And you really don't want to sleep on this one. This is a great gift for anyone. This is a great gift for yourself. It's a spa in a little basket. I'm telling you. The lavender, it's a 10 out of 10. The mango, it's not one of my favorites, but it does smell like mango. It smells very good. The lemongrass, that's a 10 out of 10 for me. The pineapple, I will give that a 9 out of 10. I love the way it smells, but I'm a man, so I don't want to be walking around smelling like mangoes and pineapples. You know, I got to mix it with something. The cucumber, 10 out of 10. You got to get that cucumber bar. I think that's one of my favorite bars there. The mint, I'm going to give the mint a 8 out of 10. Hold up. Let me get myself back on the screen. I'm going to give the mint an 8 out of 10 only because I'm not used to getting out of the shower feeling minty. But I've heard other people give it a 10 out of 10 because of that reason. Like they love that minty, fresh feeling that they feel all over their body. Yeah, it's just, and trust me, when I get my basket, the mint one is probably the last one that I use. You know what I'm saying? But I use it though. And I love it. Like I said, I'm still giving it a high. You know, it's up there, and it's not overpowering though either. But you do have that minty fresh feeling all over your body. Okay. And then you got the baby powder. Yo, the baby powder though, man, that have your whole house smelling good. You get out of the shower, your whole house is just smelling like that baby powder smell. It just smells good, man. Yeah. My wife is right now. She's shouting out that baby powder, and you know, sometimes my mom, when she sends soaps, she'll say, "Well, you know, this soap is for Kay, and this soap is for you," and I'm just be like, "We gonna use that soap." And so my daughter, she'll get in where she fit in. But I think we owe her one of the pink bars. We didn't give her that pink bar yet. It's like my mom just sent a basket not too long ago, and it's like a pink bar of soap in there. I'm not even sure what it is, but it smells good through the package. But yeah, you don't want to sleep on that soap basket. That soap basket is the bomb. Listen, this set right here has been a all-time favorite for just about everybody. Plumera, yes, you're right, Deja. It's Plumera. Yep. Yo, the frankincense and myrrh, hands down. Yeah, it's taking the crown. I can't lie. Like, matter of fact, at my desk, I have a custom bottle of frankincense and myrrh. That this was a gift. It got House of Yawitazah on it. My mom made that one for me. You know, I feel special, but it got the Hebrew Care symbol on there. And I use this every day. Every day. And what a lot of people probably don't know is, you know, while we do make deodorant, one thing you should know is this can actually be used as deodorant as well. And this is what I use as deodorant. I don't use traditional deodorants. I don't use sticks or anything. I use oils, and this is my favorite oil to use as deodorant, and I'm smelling fresh throughout the day. As I told you before, my wife has said I always smell good. And so yeah, this right here, I mean, it is just a great product. And once your body gets adjusted to using oils as a deodorant, you have no more issues with the way you smell, or, you know, of course, you know, on a hot day, you know, a real busy day, you're going to be a little musty. You take a quick shower, you know, you throw some more oil on, you're good, you know. But these are great products. You know, you got the soap bar. Man, I mean, if I have this in the, you know, before, what I used to do, I used to get 6 bars of these. 6 bars. I used to order 6 bars at a time because I'm gonna use it every day. You know what I mean? And I may take, you know, 2 showers a day, and I'm using it every day. I absolutely love this soap. The incense, everyone loves these incense, frankincense and myrrh, jasmine incense, amazing, absolutely amazing. The spray I already showed you, but what a lot of people tend to go for is the combo, where you get the incense the fragrance mist, and the soap. I mean, I just, it's a great deal. And when you understand what goes into the products, it's just like, yo, you're getting a great value out of the product. And it's handmade. I just can't even express that enough. But yeah, so going back to the homepage, and I can go through just a few more because we're on a bit of a time constraint, running up on some time constraints. But of course, got to give a shout out to all of the great hair products. The hair fertilizer is amazing, for hair growth. And we're going to get into that. The amazement of the hair products from Hebrew Care. We are going to get into that. I want y'all to remember Mama Wanda just beat cancer not too long ago. About a year ago. And she got a head full of hair already. I'm not talking about just a short curly dude. The woman got some hair already. Okay, the brothers love the beard care kits. Get your beard nice and thick. Okay, we got the honeys, the syrups, and we even got some teas. Shout out to Chariot Tea out there. Another great collaboration. The turmeric bars. If you got discoloration on the skin, you want to get an even skin tone, you want to go ahead, grab yourself a turmeric bar. Beautiful bar of soap. Beautiful. Very elegant in the way that it does on your skin. There's nothing compares to it. These products, honestly, I just can't even express the fact that we get to share it with all of you, because these are like the type of products that only hey, you a real special person. I'm going to give you this. This was handmade by so-and-so. Like, that's how these products are. Like, it has that like exclusiveness. But a lot of the way that we branded Hebrew Care, we always wanted to be a family brand. We never came like, hey, this is high luxury. We never came like that. But we had every right to, because some of the ingredients that's going in there, you're talking about essential oils. Some of the essential oils, just for a bottle about that big, over $100. You understand? So like, this is not something that you use like a Dove soap. Like, that's cheap, and a lot of people covet their Dove soap, but this right here, this is just great products. And, I can go on and on. I mean, we got the acne bar, for people that are, suffer with acne. We actually have people that have had a complete 180 turnaround before and afters. I mean, you could see that. You could see that disappearing. You could see her skin is raised there. Let me go ahead and make it full screen. Her skin is raised there. As you can see, it's after 2 weeks, it started minimizing, and after 8 weeks, it's almost gone. It's almost gone, family. So, yeah, I just can't even express the amazement that I have at the success of the products right out of the gate. Anything that you do in life, is going to come with a lot of challenges. And I dare to say that a lot of this came easy for my mom, because she would dream about a product to make and wake up and make that product. She would say, God showed her another product to make, and she would make it. And many of these products are very successful. And so you definitely want to take your time to explore the Hebrew Care website. I'm not wrapping up just yet. Okay, just give me a little bit of a moment before you guys dip up out of here. I just wanted to, of course, share some other things with you all. Hold up, let me. I think I hear my daughter saying, "Oh goodness," about something. So, but yes, what I want to do is I really want to actually show you behind the scenes of Hebrew Care products being made, and I'm pretty sure I got some of that in here in my little library here. But the woman works hard, y'all. She works hard. And I know someone was asking about, the collaboration that we did with Brandon T. Jackson. We actually did a collaboration with a couple of other people. This right here was LaStar. She was in the Olympics. That was a deodorant collaboration that we did. That was a lot of fun. Shout out to her. And I know I have a Google Drive, of products that my mom was making. So I want to make sure to get to that before I wrap up on here, just to let you guys see a little bit of her process. But, I really do appreciate everyone, joining us on here today. We definitely plan to come back on here as soon as possible and share some more. And I don't know where to start with these videos, Mom, but I'm just gonna go ahead and let some of these drones rip. Let me see here. What do we got? All right. So I'm gonna have to turn the volume down because it gets loud. It turns into a little manufacturing facility up in that kitchen. So and she's explaining what she's making here, but that's one of the mixers there, and this lets you know, this here stuff is really handmade. Like, she's in the kitchen whipping it up. She's in the kitchen whipping it up. Like, I'm still just amazed. Oh, okay. Shout out to Brother New Breed. Is he live right now? We got some other stuff here.
Coconut. So this is the oil, and we're gonna melt it down so it can mix well and thoroughly. Because I have put it in there without melting it, and it will turn my toothpaste a little lumpy. I like mine creamy. So, and as I was saying about the colloidal silver, real colloidal silver, real tarnish, and will turn amber. It's called amber. We put it in this brown box to keep this this brown bottle. This amber bottle will keep as much light out of it as you can. It's great for everything. It truly is. Like I said, me and my friend have been taking it for 20 years. So the toothpaste is mixing, and it'll be like that.
Okay, so that was the toothpaste. I take it that was the bentonite clay toothpaste, and we can confirm that one in the chat. Confirm that in the chat. And I think you must have recently uploaded this one here. I mean, there's so many great memories that we have. So many great memories. As you can see, she got her apron on, and this really does remind me of Kay. I'll walk into Kay's room and she'll be doing something like this with some with something she done mixed together. That's this right here is the lotion. That's the whipped shea lotion. So many good memories. So many good memories. And this is the type of products that you're getting. That attention to detail, the love, that's all going into the products. And I really think that people should, really know and understand that, You know, there's real people behind the scenes that are dedicating their lives to this particular mission. And I think that in today's time, everything is just so over commercialized, and it's kind of hard to really have a deeper appreciation for things, because it's just so much going on. And I definitely understand how it can feel to just be bombarded with so much media, because obviously that's something that I have to go through as well, and it kind of makes you forget how precious certain things can be. And even when it comes down to our relationships and different experiences that we're having in life, the way things are today is kind of really taken away from the enjoyment. And so, I just want to encourage all of you, especially in this new season that we're approaching, just take some time to appreciate the things that you got in the moment and where you're at right now. Because before you know it, it's 10 years go by. 10 years go by and you're wondering where the time has went. And, I love the fact that I got to spend my time doing this with my family, and sharing all of this with you. I made a lot of great friends along the way. Someone was shouting out Brother New Breed. That is, that's my brother, man. That is my brother. And we've worked a lot together behind the scenes, and he's been very supportive of Hebrew Care and our efforts. And of course he appreciates the couple gift baskets and things like that he may have gotten. So shout out to him, for the support, the continued support that he has given to Hebrew Care. And it's just great that we get to work together. It's great that we get to work together. And matter of fact, let me just switch my screen. Because I'm surfing on another screen, and I want you guys to be able to experience what I'm looking at here. But yes, time does go by just a little bit too fast, and it's still, for me, unbelievable that it's been 10 years for us. And I mean, we all, hey, listen, my mom and dad, they still looking amazing. And we just grateful to all of you for supporting the mission. And we are looking forward to another 10 years. Look at this. Look, there's my baby girl here. I mean, she was so little then. She's 12 years old, now.
Can I put it on my finger?
I'm just hoping it's not ready to try to sting me or nothing, but she look like she's just chilling, taking a little break. We're not playing with her.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I carried a bee before because he died.
Yeah. So Reverend Young Bee, she just flew up on me and decided to check me out.
Such precious times. I mean, my daughter was so little then, and she, like I said, she grew up with this, and look, here she is again.
Hey, Hebrew Care.
All praise to the Most High.
We got water ice, we got soaps, we got bud balms, we got
frankincense and myrrh, cucumber, turmeric, mango, lavender, charcoal, Deja's favorite chapstick or lip chat, frankincense and myrrh, jasmine, incense, and we got Elijah set up over here with cherry and teas. I got him this shirt right here, Ezekiel 140. 140? I don't know.
And we we got ices.
And we're going to do ice, but that's not important. We're going to represent our products we made by hand.
Oh, yeah.
Hallelujah. All praise the Most
This is
High.
wonderful. Good job.
That's how you avenge yourself.
Yes.
This is cool. This is cool. We about to do that walk. You can keep your stuff set up because when people come back, they're going to probably be buying some more.
Okay. Ain't working it though.
Hey,
Here
here.
from
Praise the Most High.
our Jamboree Jubilee that we did in North Carolina. It was a great time, great memories. That was also hosted with Brother New Breed as well, and that was just a great time. You know, we really you can't pay for better memories. You know, so you know, I just want to go ahead and just again just thank everyone for showing up here today. This video, of course, will be already loaded and on our YouTube channel. So if you could take the time to share it with someone that will really appreciate natural products, handmade products, quality products, and really just products that are with the Most High inspired. They are inspired by the Most High, inspired by our scriptures. Just take the time to share it with them. Let them know like, hey, this is the business that you want to support as it pertains to your products, your hair and body care products. There's a lot of great products out there, but we have a little community together here that we can support one another. I am a person that loves to support businesses done by our people. And, if you are a person that is starting a business or you want to start a business, I'm here to help you in that as well. Me being behind the scenes, working with Hebrew Care is an example of my ability to help launch businesses. And I can't say I did it on my own. Definitely, if it wasn't for my family pulling together to make this a reality, I wouldn't have been able to use it as a success. Look at this woman in there just working. She just working. Phone cut. Look at the meticulous work. What can I say, man? What can I say? And that you see the little discoloration on her hand. She actually got burnt, doing working on the product. And so the product had a bad reaction, and it caused the product to splash onto her hand. And she had a severe burn on that, but she was right back the next day working. I'm just like, Mom, no, you got to stop. Let's slow down. She gets cancer. She tried to work the whole way through cancer. Her children had to say, Mom, it's time to stop. It's time to take a break. But she said something that, really stuck with me. And she said, this is what makes me happy. This is what makes me happy, and I understand that, I understand, no matter what you're going through, you're going to want to be with the people that make you happy and do the things that make you happy, because you don't know how much life you have to live. And gratefully, she is still here with us today. And we're able to talk about these stories from a moment where it's not an afterlife, and we can give her flowers now. So, Mom, this is a little bit of your flowers. Maybe I need to send some real flowers too, to celebrate y'all 10-year anniversary. And I just wanted to say as well that you guys can find us on social media too. We are on the socials as well. So you don't want to miss most of the stuff that we produce. Usually will go to the social media first. And so I just want y'all to know that I'm actually going to pull that up in just a moment here. Okay, so this is our Facebook page. You can find our Facebook page just by going to Facebook and searching Hebrew Care. We're going to come straight up. Listen, we are very searchable. We Googleable. Okay, and all of the newest things are already up there. If you could follow our social medias, that would be super helpful, because whatever new is coming out, like sometimes my mom is working on a new product and she's asking people on social media, what do you guys think about this? That's how much love is getting put into it, that you guys are being a part of the process. But there's a lot of knowledge and information there that can help you learn a little bit more about the bees and, how to differentiate them, facts about honey, testimonials from really big brands. This woman that you see here, I'm going to just play a little bit of this. But this is
New
a
Baby.
brand.
They have their own brand, Hebrew Care. And I know personally about the colloidal silver because I have used that, and I need more of it too. We really use colloidal silver. If I can just tell a quick personal story. Sometimes I can tend to get really, really stressed out. And the first time it happened was when Ralph and I had first got married. I didn't know a whole lot about colloidal silver. Ralph knew more about it than I did. And I literally broke out. It was literally everywhere. It was a stress breakout. It was kind of like blisters, but it was stress. So it was in my jaw. It was everywhere. It was the most, it was egregious. It was terrible. And so when I went to the doctor about it, they didn't know what to do. They sent me to every skin specialist, tried all kinds of things, tested me for everything under the sun, just to come back and tell me that it was stress. Ralph said, why don't you use some colloidal silver? And so he went to the health food store and got colloidal silver for me. And I literally sprayed it. I would spray it in my mouth and gargle with it. It got rid of all of the blisters and things that were inside, they were literally inside my jaw, where it was terrible. Everywhere I had it, we would do like a poultice and spray it down. In about 48 hours, that colloidal silver had healed it. So guys, their colloidal silver is really good, and their honey is good too.
Yes. That's my favorite, honestly. I could eat it by the jar.
New Baby, they have their own brand.
That right there, that is the founder of a huge company that we got to collaborate with called Wholesale Natural Body Care. Her name is Valerie Rowan. Just fantastic people that we've got to work with, and she has supported our products, and actually the colloidal silver and honey goes into some of their products that they make as well, that they source from Hebrew Care, or they have sourced from Hebrew Care in the past. And so a lot of great stuff that you can get here. Like I said, this is a bit of a ministry here when it comes down to taking care of your temple. Like I know it just seemed like, okay, it's just some soap, some lotion, toothpaste. Yeah, it's all right. You going to want to, be a little bit more mindful and about what you putting on your body and in your body, obviously. And so, just take your time, family, and keep rocking out with us. We are on Instagram as well. Here's the Instagram page. You can see it's quite a bit of reviews there from my wife. I think she did a hair review. That's how she used to look back in the day, back in the Disney. But now, yep. Yep. That hair has grown. That hair has grown. But yeah, family. So that's all we have for today. I did get to show you just about everything that I wanted to show you for today. But I will say this, and I want to make sure that this is clear for everybody before you leave, that this is not the last stream that we're going to be doing from Hebrew Care, and you don't want to miss the future streams. This was us just chopping it up, getting some of the rust and the dust and the cobwebs off. But we coming back strong. Okay, we coming back strong with some online events. Okay, I'm going to link up with all my friends and that got brands, and we're going to try to put together some type of online event, and there's going to be some giveaways. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you are someone that has done that with us in the past, yeah, you're not going to want to miss what we got coming up. I'm not going to put any dates out there, but just know that usually in the springtime, usually after the Passover, that is on before or after the Passover, and day of unleavened, we usually do some sort of event. So just make sure you stay tuned for that, and we will see you all on the other side. Keep an eye out for the emails that we send out. Obviously, the emails, we don't like to bug people. We don't send out a lot of emails, but when we do, it's because we are really trying to make some efforts to grow and make some changes that's going to help better serve you all. Right now, all we're asking people to do is just go to our website, update their contact information, make sure that we have the most up-to-date contact information, and utilize the promo that we're giving to you right now. But we will keep you guys up to breast with whatever else is going on. And of course, yes, we got the online events coming up, but Hebrew Care will be showing up to some of those in-person events as well as a sponsor, as we always do. So with that, I want to say peace and shalom, and thank you for joining us here on Hebrew Care.